Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video. It is me, Nolsey. Finally come back to you guys with this awesome video that I've really been wanting to sort out and upload. And that is my post TFNation haul video, and I'm going to go into what I thought about the event as well. And I know you're here for one specific thing, folks. I know you're here for one specific thing, and that happens to be my haul, so I'm going to do that first. So, the most expensive thing that I bought out the entire weekend, but yes, so I managed to, you've already seen it, and a lot of people have got it as well, which I do not blame them. Masterpiece Shockwave. I've been after a G1 Shockwave toy for so long, never been able to find one at a decent price and in good, alright condition. So happy I finally got myself a Shockwave in my collection. Next thing I got, this was actually the very first thing I got out the entire weekend. I managed to pick this up on the Friday from my good friend Ian Pyatt. He's an awesome bloke, and if you're watching, my friend, you are awesome. Thank you very much for bringing it down and sorting it all out down there at TFNation. So I managed to pick up this off of him, Masterpiece Clampdown. So the next things that I got was a couple of Takara figures, and I got myself a Beast Wars Takara, or should I say Beast Wars 20th Takara Rat Trap, because I used to have the Hasbro version, which was part of the Generations wave. Sadly, I had to get rid of it, I had to sell it, so I'm glad that I finally got myself this guy. Next up, I got myself, again, from the Beast Wars 20th Takara Tomy with, got the Rhinox. Yes, unfortunately, I didn't get this guy signed. I've failed miserably at getting signatures. I didn't get one signature this year. I got a picture of Richard Newman, who voiced Rhinox in Beast Wars. Whenever I thought I had the chance to, there'd be a crap load of people around that specific person, and I didn't want to intrude. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I got to say hello to Richard Newman, and that was awesome. But anyway, so, moving on. Let's get all of these guys out. This will be easier. I have Onslaught already, and in Hull, our Toys R Us and our shops have not been selling any or many of the Decepticons. And then I found out from some friends of mine that apparently that Asda was doing some sort of deal and they were selling really cheap the components for Bruticus, which are like all the limbs and everything, and they were selling them really quite cheap. My Asda, as always, never got them in, so I had no choice but to go down to TFNation, and I managed to find them all, and I bought them there and then. So I have Vortex, and I really do like I love the colour scheme on Vortex. Obviously, I got Swindle as well. Brawl. I do like Brawl, it looks pretty cool. And lastly, Blastoff. And I really do like Blastoff, it looks actually quite cool. Very happy that I now have a Combiner Wars Bruticus. I did actually see a Bruticus, like, full set, and I was actually going for quite a decent price, actually. But it was G2 Colours Bruticus, and I thought, well, I'm not going to buy a second Bruticus just because it's G2 Colours. I might wait, see what I think about this guy first, and then I might make that assumption or that decision later on. I've got another Masterpiece figure, and this was, again, a last-minute purchase on the Sunday. I managed to get myself a Masterpiece Loud Pedal. Well, that's actually coming up quite nicely, actually. You can see it. It's such a nice, weird, gorgeous, shiny box on black. Based on, I believe, Masterpiece Tracks. And it's Loud Pedal. And I've seen pictures of this bot and it looks stunning. And then, again, another Takara. You see there's a theme going on here, possibly. Not really, but just the way it's happened. I wasn't going to bother about this guy. I saw it first thing on the Saturday when I first went in there, and I thought, I'll wait and see, I'm not too sure. And then I basically went back and they had a few left still on the Sunday, and I managed to pick myself up the Takara version of Skids. And it does look a bloody gorgeous figure, actually. Right, now I'm getting on to the last few items, and these were the items that I specifically was looking for. So these last few items, I was going to get some Titan Return stuff, so I managed to get myself Hardhead. Yet again, they had to get these guys out, but I really do like Hardhead. Yep, I got Skull Smasher, or Skull Cruncher, whatever you want to call them. Very cool. This was another one that I wanted because, yeah, I just think it's a cool toy. Titan Returns Brainstorm with Tesla. Very cool. And lastly but not leastly, I got this guy again on the Sunday. This was one of my last purchases. And I was speaking to Anton, my good friend Anton, Antronus Prime here on YouTube. And he was basically saying to me, he is a good toy and everything. And he was kind of like, yeah, I'd go for this bot over the other little bots that were there. And I thought, okay. And it was only pretty decent price for it, not too bad. And I got myself a Titan Returns Wheelie. Even though I'm not a big fan of Wheelie, I'm pretty much on the same fence and opinion of Wheelie as everybody else. He's an annoying character. But a lot of people have been saying that this toy is actually surprisingly very nice, and it's pretty cool. So I got it, and that's that. So that is my haul for TFNation 2016. Hope you enjoyed the haul. I enjoyed looking around and trying to find some of these bots. It was a very interesting dealer room this year. So yeah, I'm very happy with what I got in the end run. It isn't the biggest haul that I've ever got from a convention, but that doesn't matter. It really does not matter of the quantity. What matters is that you've had a good time, you've found some bots, and you've experienced it, and you've shared it with some great people. And that's the whole point of going to these conventions. Right, so this is the part where I talk about what I thought about TFNation 2016. Yes, TFNation 2016 for me. Well, I'm not gonna say what I thought about it. I'm just gonna do one specific thing. A round of applause directed at everybody involved. It was a brilliant event. For the very first TFNation, or should I say for the very first TFNation, you guys bloody hit it out the park. You really did, and I apologise for the French there, but I am unfortunately going to duplicate myself with what I thought about the event, because I've mentioned it previously on Facebook and Twitter after it all finished, while I was at the Hilton still and when I got back. So I have mentioned it so people know how I feel about it and know that I enjoyed it. But to bring it to a video content, to bring it into context for a video, I'm just going to have to just say you bloody nailed it. A lot of people that I was speaking to over the weekend, it said it felt very smoothly run. Everything seemed to work quite nicely, and it was very smooth. There was a couple of instances where some panels or the programming ran a bit late. That happens. I like what they did this time is that every panel running time was 50 minutes rather than a full hour. Because what that does there is that it gives you 10 minutes or it gives you a little bit of time to get ready for in between panels. Because there was the main room, which was also the dealer room, and then they had a lot of the main panels or some panels going on in there, such as the voice actor panels for Paul Harding and Richard Newman, and so on. And then they had additional panels. They had a separate room set up for additional panels. So it was maybe for just different discussion panels. And I believe the TFYTC panel was in there as well. I just want to say quickly, I apologise for missing that. I wanted to go to the meet-up for the TFYTC, and I missed it. I completely forgot about it. it was in my mind on the Thursday, saying that is something I'm definitely going to have to do over the weekend. And when I looked at my watch, and I was in my room, and I looked at my watch and I thought, it's 3 o'clock. You know, it was around about that time in the afternoon. I was just like, I'm sure there's something that I wanted to go and check out today, but I could not think about it. And then when I went down, and then I had people, then I saw like all the TFY guys all in the bar and everything. I was just like, oh crap, I've missed it. I've missed it. I'm very good when it comes to missing things. I'm very good at missing a coach, and I'm very good at missing a panel. So I'm not very good when it comes to sorting myself out and prioritising what I'm going to do when it comes to a con. But at the end of the day, I had a good time, and I got to talk to a good amount of the TFYTC over the weekend anyway, so nothing was completely messed up. I got to talk to a majority of the TFYTC and Transformers and such people and so on. I bought some pretty awesome bots, spoke to some new people. If you're watching this video and you recall my face and recall talking to me, please leave a comment below this video, because at this moment in time I cannot remember everybody's name that I met there. There was a couple of newbies that went for the very first time. Yeah, it was the very first ever convention that they've been to, or they haven't been to one in quite a while. There was one person called goes by the name of Collector75. He hasn't been going since I think 2009. And this was his which was back when Auto Assembly was on. So that was 2009, the last time he appeared at a convention. And TFNation was the very first one for everybody, and a lot of people hadn't seen him in quite a while, and I met him for the very first time. Such a nice guy. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, please drop me a line, drop me a comment, because I want to keep in contact if possible. I really do need to try and get to some more meetups in the future. I do not see many of you enough. It was great to see few again. And I managed to actually get to hang out with him this year. But this year I managed to have a proper full-on conversation, and I hung out with him multiple times throughout the weekend. Such an awesome guy. Everybody else that I at least said hi to and spoke to throughout the weekend, new and old. If you know who you are, again, please comment below, because I would really like to know. Put, a face to a name, and get in contact with you and try and find you on social media and so on. So thank you again, peace, and it was an awesome weekend, and thank you to the TFNation crew for making it such a great success, and I will certainly be coming next year. So thank you, peace, bye bye.